What's up, YouTube? I wanted to show you all my inner monitor rig today. I don't see a lot of this on YouTube. I see a lot of videos about the individual pieces, but not how it all goes together necessarily. So what we decided to do is we are using a PreSonus 16.4.2 Studio Live digital console, 16 channels. You got 6 auxiliary sends, which is enough for us. We actually only use 5 of them. I don't see us using 6. We got 5 band members, so we might use 6 as like an engineer one, possibly in the future. And 16 channels is enough for us right now. We'll probably end up buying another one of these consoles and linking them FireWire so we can have 32 channels. Another cool thing about this board is you can record out to a computer very easily. It takes like 2 or 3 clicks, and you're recording every single channel. Which is great for recording live shows, or you can even track off this thing if you really want to. It's super easy to mix. I'll show you real quick just kind of how I usually mix the auxes. Now I've zeroed out my board, but if you go, say this is your lead singer auxiliary 1 right here, all you have to do is hit mix right there, and say channel 1 is our kick drum, and he's telling me he wants more kick, so we turn the kick up for him. If he wants more snare, I usually put that in channel 2, and just all the way down each individual channels. Super easy. Also, if we want to EQ our kick drum, which is going to be in channel 1 again, we just hit select down here. I've already hit it. Select on channel 1, and this is just the normal fat channel EQ that's there. It's just flat. And then I'm just going to go hit load right here. Load. And I'm going to go over to our screen. I know you probably can't see this, and if you can, that'll be great. And it already comes up, so drum kick 1. And I'm just going to hit recall right here. So we hit recall, and our EQ automatically comes up. Now this is a really good starting place for people. Some people it's not exactly how they want it, so you can take this and you can tweak it a little bit. But it sounds good how it is. I usually just leave it. It's much faster. It's a great sound. And you have all sorts of presets in here. I mean, I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can just see, tons and tons of different stuff. So with the group I work with, we found all the ones that we like that makes them sound how we think they should sound, and we use those. We don't mess with them at all. And after the board, we drop down into our Sennheiser systems. These are Sennheiser EW300 IEM G3 systems. These things are not cheap. They're not cheap at all, but they are worth every single penny. These things sync up super easy. The other day I walked all the way down my street and didn't have a dropout, and I got tired of walking, so I turned around and came back. And I probably went half a mile, which is a long ways. If I don't know, I can't think of any circumstances where you'd be that far away from this system. So these things are solid. They're awesome. So many settings on here. I don't have time to go through all of them. I use it how I know to use it, and I'm getting plenty out of it. So I don't play around with it too much. I have it set up how I need it, and it works. And then we drop down into our splitters. These are some of the only splitters that I could track down that were going to work for me. They're not the greatest thing in the world, but they do the job. So I got 2 8-channel splitters. So you have 16 inputs on the front, and you have 32 coming out of the back. So 16 of those inputs on the back are going to go to your front of house, and then the other 16 are going to go into the back of my Studio Live console. Now I don't have all that plugged up right now. I just have the Stage Snake, which is these cables you see here, plugged into the splitter, so you can kind of see what's going on. Stage Snake is in the bottom of this case. And by the way, if you're going to buy one of these rigs, do not buy the Roadrunner slant case. It's like a 16 unit by 11 or something like that. Don't buy it. It is probably 2 inches short. You're going to be better off just going and getting a case made by Keel, or if you have a local case company that can do it, or you can build your own. I'm thinking about doing that myself, just building my own. But anyways, so that's pretty much everything we got going on right now. it's sweet. It works for us. Like I showed you earlier, you can load stuff on this board, so I can save scenes. So here I don't have any saved in here right now, but you just hit scene, and then you can recall the scene. So I just zeroed out the board again, and that's super awesome when we have a sound check and our band members running late. I just show up. I'm always first one there. I can't ever get people there on time. And I just hit recall, and when they get there, we're pretty close, and they can start playing immediately, and then I can change stuff as they're playing, which usually helps out a lot because you know how band guys are; they're late quite a bit. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask. It's a fairly simple setup. It's easy for anybody to run. I don't have a degree in sound at all, and I kind of learned off of YouTube how to run all this stuff, and I feel like I'm fairly good at it. So if you do have any questions, just let me know.